Shalom Chavrim, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live, a quick take of our broadcast this evening. Guys, I have been stumped here for the last couple of days. Went into prayer last night as God has been dealing with me on the four horse riders of Revelation. And the first two, he has opened up and revealed to me who they are. And I'm going to be sharing that information with you, hopefully in a powerful message tomorrow. Before I get into that, let me just remind you, I haven't done this in a while, but just a little reminder. I hate even speaking about it, but don't forget us in your support as God leads you. We do need your help. It's what makes these messages, our news broadcasts, as well as our teaching possible, is your kind support. And you can do that at IsraeliNewsLive.org or IsraelReturns.com. It's the Noon Institute of Biblical Research is the name of the ministry. You can give there online or under IsraelReturns.com. There is a place where you can do that by mail as well. Anyway, right back into this real quick. I wanted to share with you a little insight here, mainly because we just passed Tish B'Av, and it's the morning. It's the time of weeping over the destruction of the first and second temple. But during that time, there was a lot of talk, a lot of excitement, expectation of the building of the third temple. And, you know, if it wasn't for the fact of what's going to happen at the building of the third temple, I would probably be excited myself. But unfortunately, what's coming is not what is a blessing. That's the sad side that really troubles me with the coming of the building of the third temple. Why? Because they want to reenact the sacrificial system again, something that I believe that God will not accept. And any Christian, any true believer of Yeshua, I can't see them accepting it either, knowing that Yeshua paid the ultimate price. What greater sacrifice could there be in the first place? But anyway, wanted to give you a little insight, though, because of God dealing with me about the horse riders, and one that has really been a major stump has been the black horse rider. All kinds of commentaries out there. No doubt people are blessed and have great insights on what they believe it is. Now, I want to share with you something, though. Now, I'm not saying this is the black horse rider, neither the horse nor his rider, but there's something about that black horse rider where he carries the balance in his hand that may very well be a prophetic thing about to happen in the third temple, may have a lot to do with it. So I'm going to share some of that with you right now. God first began to deal with me over the pale horse rider, and we're going to get into that as well, but that'll probably be in tomorrow's message, as well as the white and red horse rider. I will just give you a quick little insight on that red horse rider. Think about red China. That horse, remember, the horse is a beast of power, and the red China, not red China, but red Russia, it was the Red Revolution, and we'll go into deep detail on that tomorrow night, but that was where the red horse actually began. They called it the Red Army through the Red Revolution. Through what? Through Vladimir Lenin. Vladimir Lenin, by the way, guys, he was sent in as a Jesuit. He was trained there in Switzerland by Jesuit priests there, and they trained him to overthrow Russia. They wanted to overthrow the country, bring it about into an atheistic way. Why? To stomp out everything that didn't agree with the Catholic Church. That's exactly what it was all about. And he did it through Stalin as well, another Jesuit-trained man. They brought in atheistic beliefs. Why? Because Russia had actually was a powerful so-called Christian nation. And I'm not here to say that I think that the Eastern Orthodox religion is the correct way to go. By no means. No, I don't believe that. I'm very much a messianic type of believer. I don't like calling myself messianic so much, but I am a Jewish man that believes that Yeshua is the Messiah. Let me put it that way there, if that makes sense for you. But at any rate there, Russia had been very much like an evangelical nation. They had spent a couple of hundred years spreading the gospel down through China, the Eastern Orthodox faith, which was split off of the Catholic Church. We'll go into more of that, all the details on it. But anyway, to show you that red horse rider, Rome sent in their Jesuits through the Red Revolution, the red horse rider. And who was riding it? Vladimir Lenin. He's the one that got it started. And then you also had Red China, the Red Armies. And what did? They killed one another. We're going to get into all this and how the scripture lays in there perfectly what happened, okay? Just a little touch there. But you're going to be shocked to find out about the white horse and that rider and who he really was. A lot of people have given some great commentaries on it. I don't want to say that they're wrong and that we have all the answers. I don't mean it like that, guys. I'm only sharing with you insights that God is dealing with me on. But this one here is very important, and I've got to share this with you now. In Revelation, let me just show just part of the seal, okay? Part of it. It's not all of it. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And he beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances. Now it's right there from there, the balances, not the rider, not the horse, okay? Just the balances and and what's in his hand, okay? Because it's not. We're going to get into something here, and I don't want you to get confused. And tomorrow I'll give you more detail about it. But anyway, he had a pair of balances in his hand, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." Now, a lot of people get in their mind, this must be, the black horse represents a famine, and they're going to have a famine in the land, etc. It has everything to do with the building of the third temple, but it also expands a period of time. That horse and his rider are the ones that influence Israel in the building of the third temple and the reinstitution of the sacrificial service. So yes, Rome has everything to do with it, and you're going to find that out. Let's quickly, just a little cap of this, a little taste of what we're going to get into tomorrow. Okay, it says in Micah chapter 6, Verse 7, "Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, with 10,000s of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God." Look at the prophetic implication that the prophet Micah says. He has showed you what he wants. Not only did he show you through the prophets, he showed you through the head chief prophet, Yeshua himself. God manifested in a human body, comes down and shows you he wants mercy, not sacrifice. And what did Jesus do? He goes through there, takes a cord, beats all the money changers out, and loose all the animals out of the stalls. That's in the book of John, by the way, if you want to see that version of it. All right, the Gospel of John, that's exactly what he does there, right? And so God is telling you now, he doesn't want these things. But what are they doing? They're getting ready for it again. This is what's going on here at Tish B'Av. They're talking about the reinstitution of the third temple. The Temple Institute has been making ready. They got the red heifer. They got the priest's garment. They're getting ready to sacrifice animals. God says, don't do it. Don't hurt the oil nor the wine. He doesn't want your rivers of oil either. Okay? But watch what he says here. Notice, it's very important, guys. Watch. Verse 9, "And the Lord's voice cried unto the city, and the man of wisdom shall see thy name. Hear ye the rod who hath appointed it." Okay? "Are there yet the treasures of wickedness of the house of the wicked, and the scant measure that is abominable?" There's your scales, guy. There's your scales. He's got the scale in the hand right there. "Shall I count them pure with the wicked balances, and with the bag of deceitful weights?" See the balance? The scale is in his hand. The wicked weights. That kind of got me because I could never understand. Why does the wheat get a penny, yet you have to have 3 measures of barley for a penny? See, it's the crookedness. All right? "For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth." Out there fighting all them Roman battles. "Therefore also I shall make thee sick, and smite thee, in making thee desolate because of thy sins. Thou shalt eat, but not be satisfied. Thy casting down shall be in the midst of thee, and thou shalt take hold, but thou shalt not deliver, and thou which thou deliverest will I give up to the sword. Thou shalt sow, but thou shalt not reap. Thou shalt tread the olives, but thou shalt not anoint thee with oil, and sweet wine, but shall not drink wine. Do not hurt the oil and the wine." There it is. And that bread, yeah, it is going to be a famine, all right. You're not going to be eating that bread. See, for the statutes of Omri are kept, and all the works of the house of Ahab, and you walk in their counsels. And I should make thee a desolation, and the inhabitants thereof a hissing. Therefore you shall bear the reproach of my people. You see what happens? Ahab, what did he do? He married Jezebel and brought idolatry into Israel. And what's happening again? The same covenant today is happening in Israel again. You've married Jezebel. You've brought Rome back into Israel, and you're going to bring it upon yourself. You're seeing the black horse rider coming in on a Roman Catholic devil is coming in again. And what's he going to do? Oh my gosh, friends, I'll save it to tomorrow night. Shalom and God bless you. Don't forget us, by the way, too. IsraeliNewsLive.org or IsraelReturns.com. If you would, if God lays it on your heart, we do need your help in this hour. Shalom.